if you are a upcoming artist, musician, or producer, I have 8 tips that could possibly help you and benefit you. So I use these, so I'm just giving you my own personal opinion, if you want to call it that. I'm giving you what has helped me along the way. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is, I'll probably do a part 2 of this. This is part 1. It's just right now I'm trying to give you something, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have people that don't believe in them, have people that are putting doubt, you know what I'm, in their way, like roadblocks. So tip 1, I would say, is be open to constructive criticism, help, and opinions. And step 2, or topic 2, I would say, is for you to remember that opinions are not always constructive criticism. So the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes somebody's opinion can do more hurt than it can building up. If I'm gonna give my opinion to somebody, I like to give opinions or constructive criticism that's gonna help somebody and inspire them, instead of me pointing out somebody's weaknesses. If that's going to hurt them, I may point out their strengths. Like, for instance, just an example, if you were to send your song to somebody, let's say you were to send your song to me. I don't review songs, but I'm just giving this example. If you were to send your song to me, I would focus more on trying to tell you what your strengths are. Like, oh, well, I like this about it, I like that about it, I like this about it. And if I tell you, I'm the type of person where if somebody tells me what they liked about it, then that's just confirmation. If I've already liked those things or feel like those are my strengths, it's just confirmation that, okay, I'm doing good in, you know what I'm saying, in that area. I might already know what I'm struggling in, but I may not have a way to fix whatever the problem is at that time. And sometimes what people fail to realize is if we don't have a solution, if we don't have a way to help the person, then sometimes we can keep our opinions to ourselves, because sometimes it's a lot more difficult to fix whatever the problem is than to just say, oh, you need to fix the problem. It's easy to say you need to fix the problem, you need to do ABC. That's like drawing a blueprint of a house. But when you actually get out there and try to build the house, you're probably going to run into issues. More issues than what it looked like on paper. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the same thing with like if you got a supervisor or a boss. A supervisor or a boss can always give out, hey, you need to do it like this, you need to do it like that. But then when they or you actually get out there and really try to do it, you run into obstacles and problems that were never even thought of or seen as a problem on paper. You know what I'm saying? So be open to constructive criticism, help, and opinions. That's I feel like that's a must. But just understanding, you know, where somebody's opinion is I don't want to say trash or garbage, but I almost don't know what else to call it. Like, you know, if somebody is trying to tell you how to plant a garden, but they've never planted a garden before, they may know some things, but there's going to be a lot of things that they don't know how to do because they don't work in a garden. You feel what I'm saying? So, number 3, I would say, is believe in yourself, man. And also in believing in yourself, like, just don't let the doubt and people's opinions and what other people are saying and other people's views and perspectives get you down and stop you from, if this is truly what God has for you, I don't care if it takes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You stick with it, because I mean, you never know when you get to in your 30s. Just look at the ministry of Jesus. He didn't blow up overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was he, like 12 or something when he first went to the temple? I don't know the exact age, but he didn't really start like, he really didn't go all in, you know what I'm saying, until he was like in his 30s. So, I mean, even if you are past your 30s, like, don't let that get you down. You know what I'm saying? So, believe in yourself, and stick with it for decades and stick with it for a lifetime. Number 4, I would say learn. Educate yourself. Learn as much as you can about your topic, whatever it is, whether it be production, or if you're a musician, whatever the topic is. Learn as much as you can, YouTube vlogger, whatever. Learn as much as you can about that topic if you are serious about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, some of us want things to be handed to us and we just want it at the push of a button. You know, like a lot of these producers nowadays, what they do is they buy sample packs, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If you can get it done quicker, get it done quicker. A lot of these newer upcoming producers, they can get things done way quicker than I can because they're using what somebody else has already edited. You know, feel what I'm saying? Like, if somebody takes a raw drum kit, they record a drum being played, and then they record into their microphone, and they equalize it and compress it and give it whatever sound or vibe that they want to give it. They may do several drums like that, and then, okay, this is a drum pack. And, like, you feel what I'm saying? So, people are taking, I don't even know if Dr. Dre sells beat packs or drum packs, but I'm just saying, people are taking, like, drum packs by big names like Dr. Dre or Eminem or whoever the big name is, and they're programming that into a beat machine. And when you see them pressing these buttons on a beat machine, like, oh man, he made that beat in 5 minutes, not knowing that he didn't make that from scratch. I see it more as they're microwaving beats. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're taking a Lunchable, or they're taking a painting of that somebody else already painting, and they're just writing something over it. You feel what I'm saying? They're taking what do you call those microwave dinners? They're taking a microwave dinner and warming it up, like heating it up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're not actually creating that from scratch. What I do, and a lot of those producers don't even know the difference between analog and digital. You feel what I'm saying? They have no idea what analog is, and so they were raised up and brought up in the digital world. So, believe in yourself. I can't stress that enough. Learn as much as you can. And, you know, the reason I say learning as much as you can is because you want to block, especially if you're on a budget and you don't have a lot of money, you want to block out third parties and as many middlemen as you can. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I started, I seen how much money people were charging for beats and how much they were charging for studio time, and I was like, wow, the amount of money that I'm gonna pay you for one studio session or one song or one album, I could spend all that money and invest into my own equipment. But a lot of people just want people to do it for themselves. If that's the way you like it, if you would rather somebody do it for you, then that's fine. You might be classified more as an artist, but you just always have to understand that a lot of times producers, people that charge for studio time, a lot of times they go up on their prices. You know, as they get bigger, their prices get bigger. So if you're not willing to pay those prices, you got to be willing to look for somebody else. That's gonna and you're gonna want to find somebody that's delivering that same quality or better quality for the same price or whatever. So that's a problem. That's the issue you're gonna run into. Let me get to number 5. Concentrate and practice getting better daily. Like better as far as quality, as far as production, as far as how you write out your scripts, as far as whatever the case may be. A lot of people just want to push out as much content as possible. I believe that it's better to push out quality than to push out more content, because you can push out 1,000 videos, and if 1,000 videos are garbage videos, or 1,000 songs are garbage songs, like who's gonna listen to them? They're not gonna go viral. They're not gonna get a lot of shares. You might get 100 shares, or maybe even 1,000 at the most. I don't know. And you might get people that play it that don't really like it. But if your music is garbage, you're gonna be spending the music, whatever, the videos are garbage, you're probably gonna be spending more money trying to promote your garbage than, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got good content, you're not gonna have to spend that much money promoting it, because it's gonna sell itself. Good content sells itself. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be like, "Oh wow, that was mind blowing, man. I'm gonna tell my homeboy. I'm gonna share it with this person. I'm gonna share it with that person. If they like it, they're gonna share it." You know what I'm saying? So, number 6, I would say, invest in yourself. Whether like I say, whether it be equipment, courses, whatever. I had to take courses, and I'm still taking courses on YouTube, and I'm gonna take some more courses on. I really haven't taken a lot of courses as far as like music production and stuff like that, but I've looked at some that I do want to take, and after I get done with my YouTube courses, I am going to get into just sharpening up the little things that I already know in the music field. You know what I'm saying? There's never people. If anybody is big headed and think that I've mastered everything, I've learned everything, I don't care if you have a degree or whatever, you can always learn more, because the world and technology and everything, all that stuff is advancing every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Number 7, I would say collaborate with bigger names before they get big. Like people that you have a good connection with, or people that you meet at events or whatever, or people that you see on social media that still have a small following, but you see that they are pushing out good content. Collab with them while their prices are low. Collab with them while they are offering free content. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till they blow up and get big and start, and oh man, now you're pushing out dope videos. Now you're pushing out top of the line quality. Like, don't wait till that person does that, because if you wait till then, their prices are gonna probably be going up. So just don't do that. A lot of people, like when I was coming up, I always offered my services for free. I always offered my music for free. And a lot of people wasn't feeling it. You had a few supporters. You had a few people that believed in you and supported you, even when you sounded like garbage, because they believed in you. They saw the vision before the vision was even really there. You feel what I'm saying? That's when you know the people have a connection with God. You know what I'm saying? When they believe in you, because it might be the words that you say, it might be whatever. It's something that they see that, wow, you really got talent, you really got skill. There's other people that are going to compare you with everybody else in the industry. Oh, you ain't as good as Kirk Franklin. Oh, you ain't as good as Eminem. Oh, you ain't as good as Dr. Dre. Oh, you like, and you look at a lot of the people, like a lot of the people that are big now. You look at them when they first started, man. A lot of them were trash. I hate to say it like that, but a lot of them were trash. I'm only saying it like that to inspire you. You feel what I'm saying? Go back and listen to their music when they first started. Go back and look at their videos when they first started. A lot of them were not all that unless they were signed to a major label. Because the major label is the one that was pushing out everything for them. But those are not the people I'm talking about. The people I'm talking about are the ones who made it, who went from 0 to 100 on their own. Those are the real entrepreneurs, because those are the real big names, because they built a brand, they built a label for themselves. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people doing that. People want handouts. People want you to do it for themselves. People are afraid to start out on training wheels. And people are afraid for people to see them crawl. People are afraid for people to see them fall off the bike. I'm not. I've been doing music since 2008. And even before that, I was trying to figure out how to do music. So, really and truly, I started doing music as a teenager. And that was way before 2008. But I was just recording on a jam box, cassette jam box, and I was basically just playing the music on a big stereo in the background, and then putting the jam box up to a speaker jam box. You could put a cassette tape in there and press record, and we would go to the music store and buy some instrumentals that were owned by somebody else, and we would just use those instrumentals and play it on the big speaker and put the jam box next to the big speaker, and then we would rap into the microphone. I started doing that with one of my best friends. I was like 13 years old probably. You know what I'm saying? So we were doing music like that back then, and now my quality is on a whole nother level. But people heard us back then. There were people that heard us back then, like, for example, my best friend's brother. He heard what we were doing, and he was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? We were using his equipment. And he didn't like us going in his room and messing with his stuff, but he heard, we played it in his Cadillac. He had a big sound system in his Cadillac, and we played in his Cadillac, and he was like, man, y'all are actually, y'all can, he just saw the vision. And me growing up on Houston, Texas music, you know what I'm saying? I didn't listen to the music just as entertainment. For some reason, every time I heard Houston, Texas music, that's what I was raised up on, even though I'm from Austin. I probably sounded real country right there. Austin, I don't even know how. Anyways, people, when I hear the quality in the music, that's what I always set my standard to. So now that I'm doing music and now that my quality is getting better, I basically I use that as my goal, what I wanted to get to, my standard of what I wanted to get to. That's what I want my music to sound like, and I didn't stop. So now here I am, 20 years later? That's why I say, man, don't give up. Here I am 10, 20 years later, 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I didn't give up on it. It's a lot of people that want it overnight. They do it for a year, they do it for 6 months, they do it for 9 months, they do it for 3 years, and then they give up and they go to something else. You cannot be tossed to and fro like the waves of the sea. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with having multiple platforms or multiple things that might pop off for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing music, I'm doing stuff pertaining to the Bible, a lot of different things, but they all somehow tie into one. They all support each other. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that whatever your niche is, that if you have sub niches or sub topics, make sure that they somehow fit into each other or tie into each other. I also like to talk about relationships, because my thing is I like to do things that affiliate or tie into my regular life. I don't like putting on this show or this image. Oh, I'm this big time artist. Oh, look, I do music. Because I don't push out music every day. It's very hard as a producer, mix engineer, artist. I write my lyrics. I do all that. It's very hard it's very hard to do all that on your own in a timely manner. All right. So one more thing I want to throw in. This is a bonus before I get to my number 8. I want to throw in this bonus. So it's actually 9. I want to throw in this bonus. Learn about trademarks. There's too many people out here that have talent. I've met so many people on Reverb Nation coming up. That was the first platform I was really using to getting big on. Reverb Nation. I really don't use it no more because I was doing my music for free back then. I still post content on there, but now that I'm on all platforms, all major platforms, I don't really use that as my main platform. I still use it, but not as my main platform. So when I was on Reverb Nation, I met so many talented underground Christian artists. I'm like, wow, this person's as good as Jay-Z. This person is as good as, like, all of them had talent, but their quality was so low because they didn't know how to, they're doing it all on their own. They're learning as they go, just like me, just like I was. So what I say to you is, make sure you get your name trademarks and make sure you understand copyrights. I don't know, copyrights may not be that big of a deal now, because we have like I don't know if they're called third-party platforms like DistroKid and stuff like that. But if you use DistroKid, you can actually get your official check mark on YouTube as a verified artist on YouTube and also on Spotify if you go through DistroKid. I don't know about the other platforms. I was using Reverb Nation to do my digital, it's called digital distribution. To do my digital distribution, you have to pay for that. That way, you pay for it every year. That way, your music is on all platforms. Now, people get mad and they want you to give away your music for free. But if you are having to pay every year to put your music on platforms, there's no reason that you should be giving out all of your music for free. Now, I would say you should give out some songs for free. You can use that as like a hook to reel people in, right? Now, if you have for example, if you have an album that you are trying to promote, you can take one of the songs off of that album and give it away for free. So now they're like, oh wow, a free song. And you want it to be a good song. I hate to say that, but a lot of people think that, let me throw out one of my garbage songs and do it for free. Yeah, I do it that way. I give away the songs that I think are maybe less, that I put less work into. I might have produced it in a day or a week or whatever. Yeah, I might give away those songs if I feel like they're not as good. But if I worked on a song for weeks and months and maybe even years, there's some songs that I've done years ago and never even released them. And if I feel like I put that much work and quality into it, that many hours into it, like, I'm not gonna get that away for free. So people are gonna want it for free, but I'm not doing it. You know, they pay for other big names, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not gonna, I know my value, and I'm not gonna settle myself just because you feel like, oh, that's old boy, that a local artist that we know, you know, he ain't no big name. Everybody started on the bottom. So I'm not going to settle myself for trash when I know that my beats are worth $1,500 plus. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here selling beats for $50,000, and people that come to me talking about they want a Drake beat for $50. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening. You want a $50,000 Drake beat for $50? You're not getting it from me. You make it yourself. Because the time that I put into, that's what you're paying for, is the time and the creativity, right? So I'm not gonna give that away for free. And people say, oh, well, you shouldn't be selling the word of God. I don't sell the word of God. I come on YouTube and give away biblical content for free. But as far as my music is that's my art. That's my creativity. Just because I talk about Jesus and give testimony and worship God in my music, that doesn't mean that, oh, well, you shouldn't be selling worship music. People have their way of seeing things. I see Christian hip hop more as testimony. We give testimony, but we do also praise and worship in our music. But it's more of testimony. You feel what I'm saying? So, trademarks. I can't stress that enough, because think about it. If you, let's say you release 3 albums, and come to find out, you later find out, let's say your name was Lil Diamond, and come to find out, after you finally blow up and make it to the big scene, you finally realize that there's another artist named Little Diamond, and y'all both been doing music about the same amount of time. Now y'all are gonna have to go to court, because either somebody gonna have to change their name, or y'all both gonna end up in court. People don't really pay attention to that until that you get big. Once you get big, they will start coming after you for things like trademarks and copyrights. Little songs, you ain't getting your songs copyrighted, you better be getting your songs copyrighted. I do all my copyrights through copyright.gov, and I do